with his powerful brainwaves cradled in the warmth of reasoning. It's time for Johnny Walker Dread to straighten you out on a thing or two. Emanating all the way from exciting Las Vegas, Oklahoma, it's the Johnny Walker Dread Show.
Hey, everybody. I know what you're thinking. Oh, no, this is about Johnny Walker Dread. He's going to go after Kyle Rittenhouse in his Twitter account. Well, guess what? It's not Kyle's. I had long suspected that. Let's take a look at his Twitter account in a little more detail. We'll come back to this one here in a moment. So here it is, and he has 245,000 followers. Not bad. And he's following 20. Gee, I wonder who he's following. Well, it's probably his best friends, his mom and dad, or his sisters, possibly some gamers, maybe some game producers. You know, what a 19-year-old typically follows. Let's check this thing out. All right, we start off with Steve Crowder. Then we have Drew Hernandez, Nicholas Sandeman. Hey, there's somebody your age. The Media Accountability Project, Crypto Lawyer, Wendy Rogers, a state senator, Ben Shapiro, Eric Bollings, Javon Price, Fox, Laura Ingram, Dan Bongino, the Babylon Bee. Hey, I follow them. I think it's funny. Benny, I don't know who that Benny is, but we have Mark Dice, Tim Pool. You do realize what he said about your friend Dominic, right, Kyle? Jack Posobiec, Daily Wire, Tucker Carlson, and Gillian Anderson. And if I mispronounced anybody, I'm sorry. I typically don't follow these people. But notice, these are all adults, and these are older people that are heavy into politics. Some of them are senators, some of them are columnists. But whatever the case, this is not the Twitter account of a 19-year-old kid. He's not following Dominic Black, his best friend. He's not following his mom. He's not following his sisters. I don't see any evidence that this is Kyle Rittenhouse at all. So let's take a look at what he has been posting. Okay, I don't know how far back this actually goes because it looks to me like it doesn't go back to the very start of this account, but whatever the case. Some retweets, I'll pass over those. I really don't care about the retweets so much. But we get up to here, he's had his Instagram account blocked or something like that. He's complaining about it. And here is his dog about ready to catch something, and the dog misses completely. Pretty funny. This is the stuff that we should have been seeing more of. But again, we get back here. Here's one of his posts. By the way, I hate this photograph. Dude, you look like a Baptist minister. Jeez. And him going out on the stage, I've seen that a million times. Then he has this post about his first concert with Dustin Lynch. And so I'm thinking, I don't even know who Dustin Lynch is. And judging by the looks of the dude on the stage, this is pop country. Oh my God. Good grief. No red-blooded American male can listen to this shit. At any rate, we'll move on. You in your pilot seat, learning to fly. Although Dominic Black was always wanting to be a commercial pilot and probably can't be one now. Well, he probably can, but this has not helped him at all. Probably not in good taste to retweet this, but whatever the case. Again, I'm saying, everybody, this is not Kyle's account. Move on. Some pictures from the mountains where he's skiing. We need more of this. A little dig at Binger. Hey, okay, I'm all for that. And then we have a picture with you with Candace. You're painting yourself more and more as a right-wing political nut. Telling you, and there's going to be payback for that. Accountability is coming. God, I hate that word now. I used to not really care about the word accountability, but now I cringe every time I hear it because you say it over and over and over again. Okay, there's the Babylon Bee retweet. I think a lot of people picked up on that and started hounding you about it, whatever the case. These are mostly retweets. You at Disneyland? Okay, this is good stuff. But then we get to this, and now you're starting to get into the whole Biden deal, the irony. And where does that come from? Your policies equals your responsibility. This is a direct verbal attack on Joseph Biden. And this is in poor taste for somebody who has been trying to paint himself as a non-political person, right? You went to Kenosha not because you were politically motivated, but you went there to legitimately protect businesses and deliver medical aid. And I totally believe that. I absolutely believe that. But those who believe that you were politically motivated are turning to these things as proof. I'm only a freshman in college, and admittedly, I haven't taken economics yet. But even I know that Joe Biden is trying to use Russia as a scapegoat for rising inflation. Hey, Kyle, a lot of people who supported you were Biden fans, believe it or not. So there's his account. And now you may be wondering, okay, well, you said something about this not being Kyle. Let's take a look. And I must thank Joy Funk for this one. She caught on to this, and she wrote, when you forget to log out of one of two accounts you run on social media to make political points and keep the right-wing crowd stirred up. All right. And on the left is the Media Accountability Project. And they have a post that begins the irony and a meme by Joe Biden. And on the right is This is Kyle R., your Twitter account. And it says, guess what? The irony with the same ellipses at the end and the same meme. One thing you can surmise from this is that both were driven by the same computer. Whatever it was that was posted on the one on the left was put on the clipboard for the one on the right. So we know that you're not managing the Media Accountability Project. So how is it that this same tweet was posted on your Twitter account? Well, it kind of goes like this. While you may have access to go on and post something once in a while, most of the stuff emanating from your This is Kyle R. Twitter account is not you. And I'm speaking to Kyle Rittenhouse, but you guys know what I'm talking about. A lot of you feel snubbed. A lot of you feel that he has burnt you in many ways because of the stuff being posted on the This is Kyle R. Twitter account. It's not Kyle Rittenhouse. We have pretty much proof right here of that. So what? This is really dangerous because whoever has access to your social media accounts also has access to your reputation. They can destroy you with one tweet. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose that there is a local politician that wants Kyle Rittenhouse's endorsement for an upcoming election. And the person running Kyle Rittenhouse's account says, hey, I can help get this guy elected. So he goes on and posts under Kyle Rittenhouse's name, hey, everybody, I just went to this great event with Joe Blow. We need more like him in Congress. All right. Well, guess what? Suppose that the bio for this person is that he's a Proud Boy. How is that going to look? They said that Kyle Rittenhouse wasn't a Proud Boy, but here he is backing a Proud Boy candidate. I'm telling you, Kyle, you better be careful here. If you have the password to this is Kyle R., you need to change it. And you also need to make sure that nobody else has access to it. If you don't have the password, then that is not your account. That's just an account made by somebody that has your name on it, and you need to put an end to it. I would suggest creating your own Twitter account with your own name and post stuff that a 19-year-old kid would post. Stay out of this political arena. You don't know what you're getting into, Kyle, I'm telling you. Those of you who watched my appeal to Kyle Rittenhouse earlier, I think it was number 1, I talked about the case with J.C. Watts in Oklahoma and what happens when you put a newbie out there in the front lines of political battles. And by the way, when I say J.C. Watts, I'm not talking about J.C. Watts Jr., the congressman who was also the speaker for George Bush. I'm talking about his dad. So anybody interested in that story, go back and watch my appeal to Kyle Rittenhouse number 1. I guess this will be appeal to Kyle Rittenhouse number 3. And my appeal is very simple, Kyle. You need to take control of your social media. This is not going to work out well for you. And by the way, this also extends to that book you're writing. You're not going to write that book, Kyle. They will write it for you. You're not going to have hardly any input into it. And then they're going to hand you a manuscript, and they're going to say, the publisher is really chomping at the bit, Kyle. He's got a check made out for, let's say, $500,000, but they need this right away. Can you approve it? And you're not going to be able to say no. And so that book is going to get out there, and it's going to be full of alt-right, pro-patriot denigrations of the left, progressives, you name it. That's the purpose of the book. It's to drum up support amongst the right-wing crowd, and you don't want to get involved in that. So I'm telling you, it's coming. That book, be very careful. I know how they operate. And by the way, if you say no, they'll get the publisher on the phone call with them, and that publisher will make his own appeal. He'll tell you, we got to have this thing done. We have to have this thing in press really soon here, Kyle. We need an approval within a couple of days. Or otherwise, we're going to have to cancel the deal. I know how this works, Kyle. I have worked in the publishing industry. And you're going to get pressured into signing off on that book. If you want to know how this works, ask Charles Thompson, former quarterback for the University of Oklahoma. He wrote a book while he was in jail. They made him sign off on it because he needed the upfront money. So he publishes his book, and it is horrendous. The claims made in it are outrageous. And he later said, I didn't have any choice. I needed the money. They put a lot of pressure on me. And that's what they're going to do to you. Like my video, subscribe to my channel.